It looks like Terrifier 3 is getting a whole lot of physical media releases this December. The newly released Smile 2 is getting a 4K and a 4K Steelbook edition from Paramount. Criterion announces its new January slate, including a new James Stewart Western on 4K. Umbrella Entertainment announces its new February titles, including one new 4K release starring Joaquin Phoenix. Babe, Pig in the City was in fact also announced on 4K from Kino Lorber. Ty West's House of the Devil is getting another big Blu-ray box set edition from Second Sight Films. And Paramount and Warner Brothers team up with Universal to put out a massive Alfred Hitchcock Collector Set. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 234. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, it's not the biggest week for announcements, but what I can say is it's a massive week for new releases. So when we get to the new release portion of this video, we've got a ton of stuff to cover, and we got some good announcements as well. We've got, some deals, not really any rumors that we're dealing with today, but just a standard episode of the Physical Media Report. Maybe this one's going to be a little bit shorter than normal, but we're going to have a good time like always on this Monday afternoon into Monday evening, wherever you're at when you're watching this, West Coast, East Coast, other countries. I don't know, maybe you're watching this at like 2 a.m. or something. I'm excited to be here to talk about the new physical media news. Before we get into it, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That's very important because we talk about all things physical media here on this channel, 4Ks, Blu-rays, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. And also let me know in the comment section below, guys, because we got a lot of stuff we're covering today that's pretty cool. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing? Let me know in that comment section below. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's find out if the juices are flowing for Terrifier 3, because they better be. We got a lot of stuff coming for Terrifier 3 right here, guys. Look at this. We've got a 4K. We've got a Blu-ray edition, both with different artwork. We have got a 4K Steelbook coming as well. So we got 3 different versions. We're not done. We got more stuff to get into. A lot of Terrifier stuff is coming. Let me show you all this better version of the 4K Steelbook a little bit up close. Really nice Steelbook. I like the black and white aesthetic. That it's not really that prevalent in the 4K, but it is in the Blu-ray and the Steelbook. I'm not really exactly sure why they're using black and white so much, because I saw the movie last Wednesday. If you haven't yet checked out my out-of-theater reaction of the film, go back and check it out. It's not really black and white. I mean, no part of the movie is black and white. So it's like, I don't really understand the aesthetic unless they're going to go with like a new black and white version, which could be cool if you like that kind of thing. But I just don't, 100% fully understand the black and white. Like, somebody can maybe explain it to me in the comment section. Anyway, it's a small gripe. It's still cool artwork. I like the image of him on the back with the spider webs and all that kind of stuff, which definitely makes sense when you watch the movie. But it's cool, guys. Terrifier 3, you're getting multiple editions. I'm sure you're going to get more editions. Maybe Umbrella's going to announce edition, but we're not done. We got more stuff to cover as well. So this is coming. This has a slated release date of December the 17th. It's coming out from Cinedigm. You got the 4K for $28.20. They're all available to pre-order right now, guys. I will be leaving links down below in the description for everything that's available to pre-order. You can pre-order it down below if you want to, if you're somebody that likes to pre-order in advance. And I will say, guys, with this Steelbook right here, you may want to pre-order in advance, because Steelbooks, as we know, like, they're going quickly, like they're going out of stock. Hopefully they printed enough, but Terrifier is going to be a pretty popular seller when it comes to physical media. So you may want to get on there now and pre-order that Steelbook. But the regular 4K is $28.20. Not a terrible price. The regular Blu-ray edition is $24.26, which, to be completely honest, like, I like the Blu-ray cover probably the best, but I'm probably not going to get the Blu-ray because I want the movie in 4K. It's going to look gorgeous in 4K. But you also have a 4K Steelbook, like I said, for $29.68. Not a bad price. Not a bad price for that Steelbook. So like I said, maybe pre-order it now before it goes out of stock and then people are charging $100 for it. But hopefully they print enough and we don't have to deal with that issue. There is also, guys, I do feel the need to call this out as well. This may be controversial, but there is a 4K collector's edition that's up for pre-order on Amazon as well. It's called the 4K Limited Edition Box Set, and it's going for $159.99. I don't believe it's an Amazon exclusive. It's probably going to be available in more locations. But 159.99 is a hefty price that I hope comes down a little bit. So this thing includes, I got this kind of on there as well. This is all the information we have on Amazon right now. There's not like an official look at like what this box set looks like, but what this is going to include is Terrifier 3 Collector's Edition 4K UHD plus the Blu-ray. You're also going to get a Terrifier 3 box of soap, Terrifier 3 Art the Clown selfies, Polaroid replicas, Terrifier 3 barf bag, Art the Clown mini mask, Terrifier 3 Art the Clown enamel pin, and a Terrifier 3 ornament. So it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. I don't know if all that stuff right there justifies the price point of $160. Like I said, hopefully that comes down. But I guess it's a cool option if you want, more Terrifier editions in your collection. Let's face it, guys, the horror fans, like they're rabid for this stuff. They want to collect all the different editions when it comes to some of these horror films. So I can totally see somebody getting that and being happy that they have Art the Clown bars of soap in their collection. But for me personally, like I'm probably leaning towards the Steelbook because it's a cool collector's edition. I'll probably get that, and it's not a bad price. But yeah, that's all the editions in the States. Let me show you all this other edition that's popping up online as well. If you want to go even more nuts, there's this French edition right here, guys. And this is cool because it not only has the third one, but it has the first and the second one in it. And I think I think the second one and the third one are 4Ks, and the first one, and it also has All Hallows Eve in it as well. So it's got 4 movies in this set, which was the first movie that included Art the Clown. It was a horror anthology film. Both of those are Blu-ray. So All Hallows Eve and Terrifier 1 are Blu-ray. And then you've got Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, both in 4K. And I think there's Blu-ray editions of those movies as well in this set, in addition to. Now, this thing's got magazines, it looks like, posters. Maybe that's not a magazine. It kind of looks like it. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got stuff that's wrapped. It looks like it has some kind of like Art the Clown figure. That he's sitting there in his Santa suits. You got pins, you got postcards, you got all kinds of stuff right there. And I think this is there's multiple editions. This, like I said, these are on a French website, and I'm trying to look and see. I think it's like ESC or something like that. I'll try to link it down below, guys. But it's called the French Trilogy 4K Steelbook box set. It's saying that they're all steelbooks, but I'm only seeing one steelbook from this image. But there's another image that's floating around as well. And I think that this is everything that you get in the version that I just went over. Plus, it's got the barf bag, it's got Terrifier 3 on VHS, and it's got another little figure thing down there as well. So it's got even more stuff in it. So it's probably even more expensive. But it's got all the same stuff in the other box set that we just covered. So I got on the French website to see. I got all the way to the point where I could pre-order it. So I think if you're in the States, like you can get it. I don't think there was a restriction on whether or not you could get it if you're in the States or not. So if you're a massive, Terrifier fan, Art the Clown fan, like I said, you just want all the editions, you may want to look at this French edition because I don't know if we're going to get anything like this in the States. Plus, it's kind of a, at this point, a complete box set. It won't be like a fourth one has been announced, like it's coming. It won't be when the fourth one comes out. And like I said, I imagine that Umbrella will announce some kind of like 1 through 3 collection at some point. They did 1 and 2. So I imagine Umbrella will do some kind of a collection at some point as well. Hopefully these people just wait till the franchise is like over. If they want to do 4 and 5, and they put out a complete box set after that. But like I said, if you're big into Terrifier, you want all the editions, this is a really nice looking set right here, but it is a French set, and it is on the ESC website. I think I'm not too familiar with all the French, labels and stuff like that. I'll try to link it down below, but this is floating out there, and it is an option that's available. So let me know if you're excited for all the Terrifier releases, guys, in the comment section below. We've also got Smile 2. This is a movie that just came out over the weekend. Getting pretty good reviews. I've seen some people that enjoy this one. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one. I thought it was okay. But honestly, I thought it was a little bit overhyped. But I honestly was interested in the second one. I like the pop singer, aspect to it. And I like this actress. I think she's pretty good. But Smile 2 is coming out from Paramount. It's got a 4K, and it's got a 4K Steelbook pre-order up right now with Jack Nicholson's son on it, who looks just like his dad. Like, it's crazy how much he looks like his dad. That's a great cover to the Steelbook, and this is the more complete look at the steelbook. It's got some stuff on the back as well. It's the last thing you'll see. Pretty cool looking steelbook. But like I said, I'm not going to pre-order this until I see the movie. I see that it's worth it. I'll probably just end up getting the slip version at some point, but maybe I'll wait and see if they put it in the Paramount Scares box set Volume 3 before I pick this one up, because they put the first one in Volume 1. But yeah, Smile 2. Let me know if you went out to the theaters to see it. Like I said, coming out from Paramount, the 4K and the 4K Steelbook are up for pre-order, and the DVD is up for pre-order as well. But I did not see the Blu-ray up for pre-order on Amazon as of right now. But I will link the 4K and the 4K Steelbook down below. If the Blu-ray comes up, I will also link that down below, but I'm just not seeing it as of right now, which I'm sure there's going to be a Blu-ray, pre-order up. I anticipate, even though this doesn't have a release date up right now, I anticipate they're going to try to get that one out probably in December. It might come out the week of Christmas, or maybe the week after Christmas. We'll get Smile 2 physical media releases. But let me know if you're excited for picking up that on physical media. We've also got the Criterion January announcements. And look, guys, I'm going to be nice to Criterion. I'm going to try to be nice to Criterion. Anyway, look, I'll say this up front. I feel like I always say this when it comes to Criterion, if they don't announce like a big, like mainstream release. And I know I get heat, from some people, but my thing is let's put out like at least one like big title that's recognizable. So like it kind of draws people in to the other titles that you're promoting and putting out there. Try to get physical media out there into the more mainstream audience, so we can get more people into the hobby, so we can be thriving again, as a physical media community, which we are now. Like, we're thriving, we're getting great stuff, but like, I just want everybody to enjoy this stuff like we do, I guess, at this point. So not really a ton of mainstream announcements of this Criterion slate, which if you think of January last year for Criterion, that was an incredible month. Like, we got Blood Simple on 4K, which is a Coen Brothers movie. We got Train Spotting on 4K. Like, there was a lot of good stuff that came out last January for the Criterion Collection. So this January, I will say this, there's two releases that I'm interested in that I do want in the collection. Will I get them in January? Probably not. I'll wait till a sale or something like that. But the first one being Winchester 73, which is a James Stewart Western. And I like my Westerns, and I like my James Stewart movies. Like, he's definitely my favorite classic actor. I watched Destry Rods again recently, and that's a really great movie. And I also like, competing for like number one Western for me is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance and Unforgiven. Those are my two favorites. I just don't know which one I would put at number one. But I love The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, and that's a James Stewart Western as well. So I will 100% be getting this, directed by Anthony Mann, for sure. Now, this has a 4K edition coming out, and it also has a Blu-ray edition coming out. The only disappointing thing, and this comes out on January the 28th as well, is there's no HDR or Dolby Vision, which Criterion's been doing this kind of crap lately where they're not adding the HDR or the Dolby Vision. And I think that, black and white, like with HDR and Dolby Vision, like, can look fantastic. Like, there are some fantastic looking black and white films where that HDR just really enhances the depth between the colors. Again, not colors, but the blacks and the whites and the grays, like the depth and the contrast between those with that HDR and the Dolby Vision, like, can just look beautiful and fantastic. It can add so much to not just color films, but also black and white. So I'm always disappointed when I don't see a black and white film, when I see a black and white film without HDR or Dolby Vision. And I know there's a lot of people out there that do as well. And Criterion seems to be like the only label at this point that's like putting it out for some and not putting it out for others. It seems to be like kind of picking and choosing. And it's kind of lazy to me. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. And also, like, there's special features. Like, there's one new special feature here. I think there might be a new audio commentary as well from memory, but it's like Criterion, I don't know. It feels like they get a pass. I say this over and over again, but it's like they feel like at some points, like, they're the laziest label when it comes to some of these transfers and putting the top tier, the most amount of work into them. And also the features as well. I don't know if anybody else agrees. Maybe people don't care about it. They just want to see Winchester 73 in 4K, and it's all good. And they don't care about HDR and all that stuff. But let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. I will be getting it because, again, it's a James Stewart Western, and I do love James Stewart, and I do love the old classic Westerns. We've also got The Grifters. I haven't seen this movie, but it's got a really good cast. It's got John Cusack, Angelica Houston, and Annette Bening. I do know off the top of my head there is a new interview on this one with Annette Bening, so that is pretty cool. They got her to come back, but I think that's like one of the only new interviews, or one of the only new features for this one. But this is a 4K as well. This one does have HDR and Dolby Vision, and there's also a Blu-ray edition that comes out on January 21st. So yeah, I don't know like too much about this movie, but I like John Cusack, especially like in this era, this like 80s, 90s era of John Cusack. I would love, like absolutely love, when we got like Gross Point Blank on 4K and High Fidelity. Like I love those John Cusack movies. High Fidelity would be a really cool like Criterion 4K, I think. But the Grifters is cool too, and I will definitely get that at some point. This one I'm not too familiar with, The Mother and the Whore. And I think this is a film by Jean Eustache, is how I'm pronouncing that. This came out in 1973, so some kind of foreign filmmaker, I'm sure. Interesting title. Definitely an interesting title. This is a 4K. This comes out on January the 14th. There's also a Blu-ray edition as well. There's no HDR and no Dolby Vision on this either. And this is a black and white film. Like I said, seems like with black and white, like Criterion doesn't see the value in adding an HDR or Dolby Vision. So I don't know what the deal is there. But let me know if you're excited for The Mother and the Whore on 4K. And the next one, guys, we got a Richard Pryor film. So that's pretty cool. This is JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. Don't know too much about this one. I may get this at some point. I definitely need to add some more Pryor to the collection. And I seen where a lot of people were getting really excited for this. This also comes out on January the 14th. The Mother and the Whore also comes out on January the 14th as well. And there's also a Blu-ray edition. So far, guys, and I think all these announcements are 4Ks. So you got to give Criterion a little bit of credit for that. And there's also a Blu-ray edition of this and this does have HDR and it does have Dolby Vision. So it seems like with the color films, they're doing HDR and Dolby Vision. With the black and white, they're not. And let's get into the next announcement. We got two Kurosawa films, Akira Kurosawa films. You got Yojimbo and you got Sanjuro together in a 2-pack. These are both 4Ks and they come out on January the 7th. So that's definitely cool. You got two Akira Kurosawa films in 4K. Are we getting Seven Samurai? I forget if Seven Samurai actually got announced for 4K. I think it did. Isn't it supposed to come out in November or December? I can't remember, but I think it did. But we've also got Ran on 4K. We've got In Dreams on 4K. So it makes sense we do more Kurosawa in 4K. And I can totally see them like at some point doing some kind of like Kurosawa 4K box set. Like I can totally see that happening. But that's the Criterion announcements. Let me know. Like there's some good stuff in there. Like there's some stuff I'm definitely looking forward to, but there's not that title that like pops, that really makes the month pop for Criterion for sure to kick off 2025. Let's get into the Umbrella releases. We've got You Were Never Really Here coming to 4K. And yeah, I talked about the Umbrella releases on my live stream the other night because they put out a teaser and I clearly saw the image of Joaquin Phoenix was from this movie. So I knew that's what they were doing. But it's cool they're doing a 4K because we've already got a Blu-ray. We do not have a 4K. So this is a first time to 4K release from Umbrella. And I think that's pretty cool. But this is a cool like Taxi Driver-esque type movie. Like if you like films like Taxi Driver, this is a more modern film with that same kind of flavor. And it's a good film. It's a really good movie from what I remember. And I'm definitely excited to revisit this one. This one's also got a lot of new special features. You got a new commentary, and you got 3 brand new features and interviews as well, which is pretty cool. And you get this nice box set edition. You can also get this with just a slipcover edition as well, and probably just a standard edition also on 4K. But yeah, You Were Never Really Here coming out from Umbrella in February. We also got a movie with Samara Weaving in it called Azrael. I think this is a newer film that just came out recently, either this year or late last year. So I'll be honest, when I saw Samara Weaving in that post last week, I was like, damn it, can we get Ready or Not on 4K? Like that would be awesome to get that. But no, we got one of her more recent films, which is cool. I haven't seen this movie, but I would definitely be down to check this one out at some point. And we've also got this is actually a big movie, like The Crying Game. Like this is a pretty big get for I think this movie was like nominated for an Oscar and all that kind of stuff back in 1992 when it came out. This is a pretty big get right here. I'm honestly surprised this is not a 4K. But this is a big Blu-ray box set edition of The Crying Game. So let me know if you're excited for that. We've also got Filth with James McAvoy. I haven't seen this movie. I don't know too much about it, but I'm definitely excited to check it out. And again, big Blu-ray box set. And lastly, we've got spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring. Goes through all the seasons and then one more for this one. So this is a South Korean film, and this is also getting a Blu-ray big box set as well. So yeah, we got four big box set releases, and we got the one just standard edition. Now, all the box sets are all available to pre-order on the Umbrella website. You have to get the big box sets on the Umbrella website. So if you're in the States, you have to import these. One thing I think is important to know, I'll get into it in the sales again, but there is a buy one, get one free sale going on right now for Umbrella titles. I don't know if it includes new stuff, but it does include a lot of the Umbrella stuff that is available right now. So you can get a couple of box sets with one of them for free right now on the Umbrella website. But if you're in the States, you want the box sets, you're going to have to import those from the Umbrella website. Now, the standard editions will show up on your Diabolics, they'll show up in your Orbit DVDs. They're probably not going to show up on Amazon though, so I definitely do want to call that out. But I'll try to link those pre-orders from the Umbrella site down below in the description. We've also got Babe, Pig in the City coming to 4K from Kino Lorber. So they did announce this last Sunday. I anticipated that. I talked about Babe coming to 4K, and I was like, they're probably going to announce Babe, Pig in the City as I'm talking right now. And they 100% did. So we're getting both the Babe films on 4K from Kino Lorber, which is definitely cool. We've got the House of the Devil getting a Blu-ray box set from Second Sight Film. So Umbrella is putting out a Blu-ray box set of House of the Devil in November. I should be getting that one in pretty soon. And it's a really nice looking box set. But Second Sight put out there like, hey, before you get that, just think about we're doing a Blu-ray box set as well. Kind of disappointed it's not a 4K box set though, because that movie has such like a rich like 70s aesthetic that I think will look really freaking good on 4K. Like maybe they couldn't do it properly or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're not doing it. Because I would think Second Sight would do that. Like Late Night with the Devil's getting a 4K. So I would think they'd be able to do it for House of the Devil as well. But House of the Devil's, I watched it for the first time like recently, like within the past year. It's okay. Honestly, like, I don't know, like, maybe I'll have to go back and rewatch it. I just, there's a lot of tension, I guess, a lot of good atmosphere. Like I said, I love the aesthetic of it, but I just didn't get into it like I was hoping to. I thought it was just painfully drawn out and kind of dull. I don't know. That's just kind of how I felt about it. So I probably won't be getting this, especially since I'm getting the Umbrella edition already. So and for people asking like, "What would you get the Umbrella edition?" Well, I have a partnership with Umbrella, and they send me their stuff to showcase on the channel, so I'm gonna do that. And like I said, I like the movie okay. Like I think it's a movie that has the potential to grow on me, like a lot of Ty West films do. So I will recheck that one out. I do also want to call out that Dark Sky Films owns the rights to House of the Devil in the States, and they've already announced that they're going to be doing a steel book at some point. So we're getting a lot of love for House of the Devil. And the Innkeepers as well. Supposed to be getting a steel book from Dark Sky Films. So yeah, House of the Devil. I realized I talked way too much about House of the Devil, but it's getting a release from Second Sight Films. We've also got the Wild Robots coming out from Universal on December the 3rd. This is getting a 4K for $40.09. Also a Blu-ray for $33.40. The pre-orders are up right now. I've heard great things about this movie. I've heard people say it's like the best, and from all the hype I've been hearing, that's probably going to be like nominated and probably win Best Picture or Best Animated Picture of the Oscars. Like I've just been hearing some insanely good things about the movie, like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, like a 99% audience score. Like everybody seems to love it. So I might check it out at some point. But yeah, the Wild Robot. Let me know if you're excited for that. It might get a steelbook as well. We've also got this Hitchcock box set, which is really interesting. And this is not the first time this has happened. I do want to point this out. Universal has worked with Paramount and Warner Brothers before. Like that's how we had the older like Hitchcock box sets with some of the Warner Brothers films like North by Northwest and Catch a Thief in those box sets. So they have worked with them before, but now they're working with them again to put out this big, like elaborate, like digibook pack. Like I imagine this one looks similar to the Universal Monsters one they did last year. But this is like one of those big like booklet sets that are kind of similar to like the Godzilla Criterion editions. It's something that like I don't necessarily gravitate towards. Like I don't know if I would want that in the collection if I'm being completely honest. But it's a nice looking set. I can show you a fuller image right here. It's got, it's a book, it's got the disc inside. But let me tell you all the movies that are in this set. Because this is all of Hitchcock's like big like movies. Like you got North by Northwest, you got To Catch a Thief, which is just got a 4K from Paramount. You got Psycho, The Birds, Rear Window, and Vertigo. Of course, they're going to put those in there. So all six of those films are in this set. And again, like Paramount owns To Catch a Thief, Warner Brothers owns North by Northwest. So it's all three of these studios collaborating together to put this set out, which I think is pretty cool that they recognize that, look, like Hitchcock and having his films together and like these kind of complete collections is more important than the competition between us as studios. So I think that's pretty cool that they're willing to work with Universal, because Universal has most of the big Hitchcock movies. So the fact that they, worked with Warner Brothers and also Paramount to put this set out is pretty cool. Now, I do want to say it's available to pre-order on Groove right now for $129.99. That's the best price that I'm seeing. It's also on Amazon to pre-order for $173.99, which, look, guys, Amazon, they will just put stuff up sometimes and they'll put it like at full MSRP, and it'll go down. It will go down at some point. So again, I'll link it down below. I don't know if it'll go all the way down to the Groove price. So ordering from Groove might be your best bet for this set. But Amazon will have it, and it'll probably go down to like 130, 140 by the time it comes out. I don't think it'll stay at that 173.99 price point. But look, if you don't have any of these movies on 4K, which, I've got 4 of them on 4K, and I'm about to have 2 of them because I'm going to get, North by Northwest from Warner Brothers. And, To Catch a Thief, I'll get on 4K Paramount Presents Edition at some point. But if you don't have any, like, this is probably a decent deal. If you like this style of packaging and these kind of box sets, I think it's cool. Like, it's always cool to have options and different editions to put out, even if it's not something that's necessarily for you or for me. Like, somebody out there likes this kind of stuff, so I think it's cool they're doing it. We've also got Hellboy, the Crooked Man is coming out on Blu-ray. I don't even know what the hell this is. This is coming out from Ketchup Entertainment. Who the hell is Ketchup Entertainment? But they're putting it out on December the 17th. And that's all I have to say about it, guys. I'm sorry. Watchmen Chapter 2 is coming out on 4K, and I imagine a Blu-ray edition as well. It's coming out from Warner Brothers December the 3rd. Like I said, 4K and Blu-ray. I don't have too much to say about that either. We've also got Captain Kronos. Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter 50th Anniversary 4K is getting a big box set edition from Hammer Films, and there's no official release date. So there you go, guys. If you like these, old school Hammer Films, gothic horror movies, you might be into getting this one. It's a cool looking set for sure. We've also got Speak No Evil, the original that came out in 2022, is getting a Shutter Acorn Media Edition on December the 2nd, which is a UK release. Now, I imagine this will probably get an RLJE release in the States at some point as well. But yeah, this did not have a physical release. It was only on Shutter exclusively. So I've been waiting for this one to get a release in the States because I wanted to see it, and I could only see it by getting Shutter, which I don't have Shutter at the moment. So I'll definitely probably get that at some point when it comes out. We've got 2 new Kino Lorber releases. We got John Wayne's Hatari on 4K. It's a Howard Hawks film. So very cool. I will definitely be getting this. Like I said, I love my Westerns and my classic Westerns, and John Wayne is definitely the GOAT of that genre, of that era. Now, look, guys, it's coming out from Kino Lorber December the 10th. New 4K restoration, 16-bit restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR, and a new commentary. So Kino Lorber takes care of us. They got the Dolby Vision, they got the HDR, so that's definitely very cool. We've also got Internal Affairs coming out on 4K with Richard Gere and Andy Garcia. This is getting a new 16-bit, sorry guys, new 16-bit restoration with Dolby Vision HDR, and it comes out on December the 17th. We've also got an Elvis Steelbook, guys. The King. We got an Elvis 4K Steelbook coming out. This is a Walmart exclusive coming out from Warner Brothers on November the 19th. We also got a new, they're just going to re-release these movies till the end of time. We got a new Dune Part 2 4K Steelbook coming out from Walmart. It's a Walmart exclusive coming out from Warner Brothers on November the 19th. So that is cool. If you like Dune and maybe missed out on that first Steelbook. We got Stir of Echoes right here, guys. So I showed this off last week, but this is the official reveal. Lionsgate officially announced it, and they also showed off an image that revealed that this is going to be a lenticular slipcover edition. So you're going to have the lenticular slipcover version of this release, just like we do with the other one that was announced, Kickboxer. So this is, I don't know if this is going to be like a new style for Lionsgate to do all their Steelbooks lenticular slipcovers. Cool, I guess, but like if the price point is going to be $34.99 for all of these, like it is now, I looked at the pre-order on Amazon. Like I'm kind of done. Like I'll get Stir of Echoes because I like Stir of Echoes, quite a bit. But I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just not down with the new era of Lionsgate and $35, $40 steelbooks. It ain't my thing. Like, I miss the old days, the 21. They got me conditioned with the $20 steelbooks or $22 steelbooks that were also really awesome and nice. And now it's like they're not putting out the same level of quality, and it's more. And I'm kind of just disinterested in that at that point. I hope they do a slipcover version of it, to be completely honest, to give people options, a little bit cheaper options, because Stir of Echoes doesn't have a 4K. So if you can only get this on 4K in this expensive steelbook, I think that's kind of crap. But that's just my opinion. That's the announcements, guys. Let's get into the deals. The Kino Lorber sale is still going on until October the 21st. So it's still going on until today. Today is October 21st. So this is the last day for the Kino Lorber sale. We've also got the Shocktober sale going on until November the 1st. If you want some Arrow video titles, you can get that as well right now for cheap. There's a Barnes & Noble Kino sale that is also going on. And like I said, there is a Umbrella buy one, get one going on their website as well. Now let's jump on groove.com real quick. Let me take this down. And we've got several sales on groove.com going. We've got a Western deal, or weekend deals Western edition. So we got all kinds of Westerns on 4K and Blu-ray and DVD for very cheap. So you got Dances with Wolves on Blu-ray for $8.99. So I'm not going to go into depth here, guys, but we got chilling Blu-ray deals. You got a lot of good deals on Blu-rays like Night Swim. If you don't want to pay $20 when that came out for Night Swim, you can get it for $9.99. Same with Lisa Frankenstein. That's $9.99. Last Voyage of the Demeter is on Blu-ray for $7.99. So the only thing I'll say about that, guys, is these are all Universal, or most of these are Universal. So it's like, if you know you're going to want these movies on 4K, if they get announced, like, maybe hold off. I don't think Night Swim, I think Night Swim did get an overseas 4K. Maybe it will get a 4K in the States, but I think you might be good with Night Swim. But Last Voyage of the Demeter, I got a funny feeling Universal will do that on 4K at some point. Same with Lisa Frankenstein, because that has an overseas 4K as well. So yeah, not going to go into depth. You got Megan, $7.99 on Blu-ray, End of Days, which I think is a really underrated Schwarzenegger film. That is $7.99. So you got Renfield for $7.99. So if you don't care about 4K, like you just want these movies on Blu-ray, like these are the best prices they've been at so far. We've also got classic horror deals as well. Some of these classic horror box sets. So there's some good stuff going on groove.com right now, guys. Let's jump on Blu-ray.com and check out these Amazon deals. We've got Chernobyl on 4K for $19.99. We've got the Paramount Scares box sets. Like, my goodness, guys, if you want these, like, jump on them now. They're not going to be available at these price points forever. $47.39 for Paramount Scares Volume 2 and $47.39 for Paramount Scares Volume 1. I will link both of those down below if you're interested. Go check them out. We also got the Scream 4K collection for $34.49, which is basically like a Scream movie on 4K for $11-12 a piece. Like, that's a great deal as well. We've also got The Howling on 4K is $17.49. Collateral on 4K is $15.59. So I Married an Axe Murderer doesn't seem like too big of a deal, but I think it was like $27.99 when it came out, so that's $22.99. Species 2 is $25.99. The House on Haunted Hill is $17.49. We've also got let's see, the Zaz collection is a pretty good price. Naked Gun, Top Secret, and Airplane on 4K for $45.59. That's like one 4K for $15. Even though I've already got, Naked Gun on 4K, like, I might get that, just to get, if they don't announce those like standalone, I probably will get that, because just to get Top Secret and Airplane on 4K, like, that's important to me. So I might get that, even though I already got Naked Gun on 4K. You got this Jordan Peele 3-movie collection for $12.99. Brick is, they're currently price matching the Barnes & Noble sale, not the Kino sale, but the Barnes & Noble sale, and that's $19.99. Carrie Remake is $23.99. The Jordan Peele collection is $12.99. Escape from LA is $15.99. Harry Potter 8-film collection on Blu-ray is $29.99. Gremlins on 4K is $11.99. Good price for that. The Omen collection is still available, guys. That was one that was going out of print. That is $36.49 for that box set. We've got Cowboys and Aliens for $19.99. Nightmare on Elm Street, $23.79. That's the same price it's been at, though, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, Lisa Frankenstein is $9.99 on Amazon as well. Serpent and the Rainbow I was thinking about getting. That's $16.99. And I do not own that Wes Craven film in the collection on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD, but not on Blu-ray. So there's some good stuff here. The Conjuring movies, if you like those, $15.99. Talk to Me on 4K is still $11.99. Escape from LA, you get a 4K, a Blu-ray, a DVD. That's one of those big like combo packs. That is $9.49 for that. So yeah, some good deals on here, guys. If you browse around, I'll browse a little bit more. I'll link some stuff down below. Abigail, that pisses me off, honestly, because I paid $23 for that on Blu-ray a few months ago. It's now down to $13.79. That is one that will, like, I can almost guarantee Universal will do a 4K of that one at some point, especially since the prices are so low right now. But there you have it, guys. That is um, all the deals that are going on right now. Again, I'll link as much as I can down below in the description. Let's get into the new releases this week, guys, because it's certainly the biggest week of October. It's one of the biggest weeks of the entire year. There is so much coming out this week. Like, let's just get into it. We have got The Sixth Sense coming out on 4K. So we got the Shyamalan 4Ks coming out. This is coming out from Disney for $34.49. We've also got Signs coming out on 4K from Disney for $34.49 as well. I'm excited to get both of those. Expect reviews for both of those on the channel as soon as I'm able. Death Becomes Her is coming out on 4K as well from Scream Factory for $32.99, which I'm super excited for that. Also, we've also got Cuckoo coming out on Blu-ray from Neon and Decal Releasing for $18.29. I'm also excited to get that and watch that for sure. That's one of my more anticipated horror films of the year, but I didn't get a chance to get out to the theaters to see it. We've also got The Wolf Man, which I'm also excited to get, coming out on 4K from Scream Factory for $32.99. We've got Oddity, which I'm also excited to get, guys. I pre-ordered all this stuff I'm talking about right now. I've heard good things about this horror movie that's coming out from RLJE and Shudder for $17.59. We've got In a Violent Nature, which I watched this on streaming. This is my favorite movie of the year. I love this movie. It's coming out from RLJE for $17.99. We got the Columbia Classics Volume 5 coming set 4K set coming out from Sony for $162.99. This has the film All the King's Men, sorry guys, on the Waterfront, A Man for All Seasons, Tootsie, The Age of Innocence, and Little Women. So a decent slate, but this is, look, I've got the 4 first ones. I'm not going to get burned on this one. I paid over $200 for volume 4, and then it dropped like $100 like 2 weeks later. Maybe it's on me. I should have returned it and got, my money off and reordered it, all that stuff. I just didn't have time to do all that at that time, so I didn't do it. I paid $240 for that set. Okay, this is only 162 right now, but I'm going to wait because I don't think this one's going to sell very well. There's still volume 3 floating around out there, and it was on sale for like $70 like a couple of weeks ago. Volume 4 is still available, and that's got better titles than this one does. So I don't think this one's going to it's going to sell out. So I'm going to wait a few months. If it sells out, I'm going to be pissed. Okay, I will be pissed if I have to pay like $400 to get it at some point. Or maybe I just won't get it. But I'm not going to get it right now. I'm going to wait till that drops to like 110, 120 is like my sweet spot, and then I'll order that release right there. But honestly, it's not a bad price right now. 162 is not a bad price for 6 movies on 4K. We got Ghost coming out on 4K this week from Paramount Presents October the 22nd for $35.19. We've got Twisters coming out this week. Like I said, huge week, guys. Like, I got to hold off on some of these. I like Twisters, but I can wait to pick that one up at some point. Coming out from Universal October the 22nd. There's a 4K for $40.49. There's a Blu-ray for $29.99, and there's a 4K Steelbook as well. That's a Walmart exclusive that I think is sold out. That was available for $34.99. We've also got The Hitcher coming out on 4K from Warner Brothers October the 22nd for $24.99. There's also a Blu-ray version as well, because The Hitcher has never gotten a Blu-ray or a 4K version in the States. Yes, there's the second sight edition, but if you just want the regular, like, bare bones 4K edition in the States, that's a good price for it. You're not going to get all those incredible features that are present on the second sight edition, but there's a few features on there for sure. And it's the same restoration. It's the same exact restoration that Second Sight put out. So I think that's worth noting as well. You can get The Hitcher, and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to get it. We've also got Gummo coming out this week. This is a Criterion edition. This is a 4K coming out on October 22nd. $34.99 for that. There's also a Blu-ray version for $27.99. We get the Hellraiser Quartet of Torment getting a U.S. release. Got a UK release last year. It's getting a U.S. release this year, coming out from Arrow Video on October 22nd for I got wrote down $119.99, but it went down in price. I think it's $82.99 right now currently on Amazon, and it's also $76.99 on Diabolic. We've got Deadpool and Wolverine coming out this week, guys. Oh my goodness. This is another one that, again, I saw in the theaters. I enjoyed it. I can wait to pick this up at some point. I do want to get it because I did like it. This is coming out from Disney, October the 22nd. We've got a 4K. We've got a Blu-ray. We've got 2 4K Steelbooks. And the 4K Steelbooks, guys, right now are going for like $55. They were $65 when they first got announced. I thought that maybe they would drop in price to like 45, like Inside Out 2 did, but it didn't. They are still currently, let me confirm this real quick, guys. They're on Amazon. They might be sold out. Yeah, they're actually sold out right now. Maybe you can get them on other places, but they're actually sold out, which like that sets a dangerous precedent, guys. Like the fact that they could put out $55 steelbooks of Deadpool and Wolverine and people bought them enough to sell out. What the message that sends to Disney and everybody else, to be honest, is dangerous. That is a very dangerous precedent. So me personally, I'm not going to pay $55 for a Marvel Steelbook. That's not going to happen. I know I spend insane amounts of money for stuff that some people might think are stupid. Like I get some Italian horror box sets for like $60, but like I'm not doing that for a little Steelbook that's got nothing in it, but like it's just a Steelbook. I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it to me. But you got the 4K, you got the Blu-ray edition. I think the 4K is $29.99. I think the Blu-ray is $24.99. So that's affordably priced. Like I said, I'll get the 4K at some point, but I'd like to see it drop to like $25 before I pull the trigger. And I will never get those Steelbooks. $55 for a Steelbook. It's not going to happen. Not with me. And there's 2 different Steelbooks, and some people are buying both of them. So that's $110 for 2 different Steelbooks. No shame. No shame. We all buy what we enjoy, right? I buy stuff that people like couldn't imagine picking up, I'm sure. But like, it's just like for me, I'm not giving Disney that kind of money. Like that's really what it boils down to for me personally. I'm not giving Disney that kind of money. I'll gladly hand it over to the boutique labels for doing great work. I'm not giving it to Disney. I already gave them enough this week with freaking Signs and The Sixth Sense. So I'm not doing it for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'll wait till it goes on sale. We've also got Borderlands. We've got Borderlands as well coming out from Lionsgate, October the 22nd. The 4K is $34.49. The Blu-ray is $31.99. And the 4K Amazon Steelbook right here, guys, which I did get. I couldn't resist. I pre-ordered that, but I waited till it went down in price. It went down to like $28. I pre-ordered it, and then it went back up. It's currently $34.99. But I had to get it. I was a big fan of the games back in the day, and that Claptrap Steelbook, like that's cool. That's cool to me. And I am kind of curious to watch it. Like everybody hated it. And I want to see like how bad it is. There's also a Walmart edition Steelbook as well. And that is available to pre-order right now for $34.96. You might even see that one in stores. We've got the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari coming out this week on 4K from Kino Lorber for $19.99. We got 3 new Warner Brothers 4Ks coming out this week for comedies. So you know what? Comedies on 4K, I'm all for it, I guess, even though these aren't like the best comedies in the world. The Intern on 4K for $27.72, Vacation 2015 4K for $27.72, and Tag on 4K for $27.72. Again, these are not movies that I would buy on 4K. I don't even think I own any of them on Blu-ray, if I'm being completely honest. Like Tag was okay. Vacation was, from what I remember, not very good, and I haven't seen The Intern. So, but it's cool. Like if you like those movies, you want them on 4K, they will be available this week. We've also got Veep, the complete series coming out. I haven't seen an episode of this show, but I know it gets praised a lot. This is coming out from Warner Brothers for $79.99. We've also got 1982, The Greatest Geek Year Ever. I'm very excited to get this and check it out because I'm very into like, years and movies and what movies come out for what year. And 1982 most certainly is one of the best years of all time for film. E.T., The Thing, Creep Show, Blade Runner. Like there's just so many great movies that came out in 1982. We've also got Babadook. Did I say what that was? What did that cost? Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. $26.29 to get that. It's coming out from MVD Rewind. We've also got the Babadook 10th Anniversary Blu-ray Edition coming out from RLJE for $18.19. I think that's got some new special features attached to it as well. And we got The Beast Within with Kit Harington coming out on Blu-ray from Wellgo USA for $16.29. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I said it wasn't going to be that long, and it's just as long as all the other ones. So I just had a lot of stuff to say. This week is huge, though. Huge week for Physical Media. I'm going to leave the pre-order links for everything coming out this week down below in the description. If you haven't pre-ordered any of this stuff yet, please use those links. It does help out me and the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. Use all my pre-order links as well, deal links, all that good stuff down below in the description. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Turn on bell notifications for all future videos and reviews. And follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description. And we will see ya